Hey, Eric Moore. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to listen to another episode of Lights Out. This is Death Robbery, originally broadcast July 16th, 1947.
What clicks? The Eversharp Chick Injector Razor, made by Eversharp, manufacturers of Eversharp Chick Injector razors and blades, and famous Eversharp precision writing instruments.
Word on the streets out.
Singings come out of the darkness to prowl the tortured earth. Evil hands stretch forth to see. Evil eyes are watching. Unholy voices whisper and quarrel in the fearful silence. Death stalks. Loathsome, horrible death. Dare you put out your lights and listen to Boris Karloff in a story of horror in the deepening darkness? Dare you listen to Lights Out?
Let's get nothing on my sister's farts.
I'm glad you brought up the question of ethics, Ed. Sometimes I think science is too ethical. Stands in the way of research.
I don't know, David. Take your work, for example. It's wonderful, but you have to be very cautious. I think working with monkeys is about as far as you should go right now.
Oh, but Ed, David is past that stage. Why not show Ed the one you worked on today, darling?
If you'd like to see it, Ed, it's right in the lab.
Yes, I would. I saw it last night after you injected the poison.
I'll get it, David.
Thank you, dear. It's in the second cage.
Ruth's a wonderful girl, David. Must be a big help to your work.
Don't know what I'd do without her. But if she ever gets too interested in pure science, I'm gonna lock her out of the lab and just make her go back to being a wife.
How do you find time for a wife?
Now, look here. All you practicing surgeons think the research man is a machine. Not me, Ed. Ruth means more to me than all the discoveries I might make. Her happiness is all I live and work for.
Well, I can't say that I blame you. She's a very charming person.
Here he is.
Same one you saw last night, Ed. Stone dead. And there he is, just as healthy and alive as any other monkey.
Why, it's amazing, David. Naturally, I followed all the experiments along this line, but you seem to have progressed much farther.
David can't go any farther with animals. He's ready for the next step. We can do it.
Well, I'm all for research, David. But you have a moral obligation to this sort of thing. How do you know to work with human beings?
Oh, you're a surgeon yourself, Ed. You know that human beings are animals, just like all the subjects I've used. I know it'll work.
No, knowing it won't get you far with society. You'll have to submit proof.
I know that, and I've tried every way I can think of to get a human being to demonstrate on.
He's tried insane asylums, penitentiaries, everywhere.
No one will listen to me. Well, in a way, you can't blame them. Even to me, with my training, the idea seems, well, blasphemous.
My dear Ed, you can't stop scientific progress because of a so-called moral concept.
Besides, what could be less blasphemous than the triumph of the death?
I'm sorry, but I can't see it that way. I wouldn't want to try it on me. When I'm dead, I don't want to stay dead.
Oh, that's foolish, Ed. But if I die first, I want David to use me for a subject.
Don't look so startled, Ed. She's always been my strongest supporter, but I'm not going to use her as a subject. I like her too well as a wife.
Still, it gives me the shivers to hear you talk that way, Ruth.
Why? I've seen David's work go to where the technique is perfect. Before long, his experiments will be recognized by the whole medical world. If I can help him achieve that goal, I'm willing to do anything. Living or dead. I mean it.
She said she wanted to do it, Ed. Living or dead.
David, you're surely not going to hold it to that.
Not now. Of course I am. She meant it. But I called you over here tonight, Ed, because I need help.
Don't tell me that.
That I want you to help me bring Ruth's... to bring her here? That's exactly what I mean.
David,
Will you help me? Or must I bribe some stranger?
David, why don't you give this thing up?
It's inhuman, Ed. If I succeed, I'll have Ruth back. Don't you see how much it means?
Oh, yes, if you're successful.
Oh, I've no doubt about that. Look, I've got my laboratory record. 714 times I performed the experiment on guinea pigs, rabbits, monkeys. 714 times it's been successful. Don't you see?
But, David, this is no laboratory experiment. Ruth was your wife.
She is my wife. The only woman I ever loved. That's why I want to bring her back here and start her breathing and living again.
That's an ugly name for what you're asking me to do, David.
I know. Grave robbery. But there's a better name for it, Ed. Death robbery. We'll rob old man Death. Kick the door shut. On the operating table.
Must say you're completely equipped.
It's surgery just as well as a lab. Everything we need is here.
Well, it's done.
Not yet.
You mean you want me to stay?
Ed, listen. Ever since Ruth, well, I guess I've leaned on you for everything. I won't ask you to stay, but I do need you. Just a little longer.
All right, David. I'll stay.
Ruth will be the first to thank you when we succeed.
David, I'll always doubt this until I see Ruth living, breathing, smiling
It
again.
won't be long. It's a matter of 15 or 20 minutes.
If nothing happens. What will you do if your operation doesn't work?
Then you'll have just one more job to do as my friend.
And that?
Be to bury both of us. Oh, no, look, David, if Ruth isn't alive again within a few minutes, I'll have lost her forever. And I will prove that my whole life's work is useless. I'll have reason enough to use any of a dozen tricks that any good surgeon knows. End the whole business. Oh, don't look so horrified, Ed. We won't fail. Let's begin.
I should remind you once more, David, that you're usurping powers that belong to God Almighty.
I like to think that Providence has wisely held back the knowledge of things like this until we knew how to use them, and I know how. Hand me that large beaker.
All right. I'm not going to back out of it, David. What shall I do?
No, you'll work as you haven't worked in surgery before. Thank heavens I've got your skill on my side. Now then, first strap the spigometer on her arm.
I just happened to think of something.
Keep moving. This is all a matter of time.
But, David,
Here are your instruments. I want the incision right here where I'm shaving the hair. Make a small incision just at the fontanelle while I prepare the solution.
David, have you considered...
Please, what? But Dave, what?
She was embalmed, you know.
Of course I know that. There's something to replace the blood and counteract the fluid. Just finish the cut. I know what I mean.
Well, that's all but the incision, but after all...
Nice. Now cut away the dura mater.
Entirely? Leave the brain exposed?
Yes, I'll fix that. I've done it 700-odd times.
This is no guinea pig or monkey.
I hardly need reminding.
Sorry. What's that?
The compound I've synthesized myself. What is it? I call it digamma-taradamine. Oh, I know that isn't chemically correct. It's as close as I can get. I knew that something like it must exist. But years to track it down. It took me that long to make the first drop of it.
You know what you're doing, all right?
Yes, I do. Now, you're finished. Take the leads from that sporting battery there and attach the positive to the silver plate on the shelf. Put that at her feet.
You as if I were doing something unholy.
Place the tip of the negative in the incision you made in the skull. Be sure the tip of the wire actually penetrates the pia mater.
David, what if you bring her back?
I will bring her back.
But what if you bring her back and find she comes back without her soul?
What? Her soul?
Yes.
You're a surgeon. You believe in a soul.
Well, I hesitate to say there is no such thing.
You've seen a good many deaths, haven't you? Have you ever seen any evidence that the soul escapes at death?
Perhaps I couldn't recognize the evidence.
Put it this way. If there is any soul, it either leaves the body or stays with it at death. No reputable surgeon or physician has ever been able to report the slightest evidence of the soul's having left the body. So, the soul, if there is a soul, must stay with the body, a part of it. I'm ready now.
That's actually not true. There have been recorded instances of a body being later after death, although it was later found that that was poor science.
The rear start on the edge of the table. All right?
All right.
Now, I'm going to inject 10 cc's of adrenaline in the brachial artery.
Adrenaline?
Adrenaline and something else. There. Ah, she's beautiful.
Yes. She was.
She is. You'll see her in a few minutes, just as she was.
I wonder what you'll have to tell us.
Nothing. Death is only a transcendental sleep. Do you really believe that? Oh, well, what's the difference? How's the current?
Let's see. What? It's jumped to 180.
Good. Bring it back to 150. That's the result of the injection. On a dead body, let's say suspended animation. There are still a few things in surgery you don't know, aren't there?
I never dreamed of a reaction like that.
I'll show you more. Let me swing this lamp over here. But let the ammeter go. It'll hold steady for a minute now.
But it might jump. No, it won't.
I've been all through this before. The reactions are exactly the same as the others.
And this lamp. X-rays?
No, it's a modification of the cathode. But just another of my developments. I call these our theta rays.
Why do you call them that?
Well, most rays are named for the first few letters in the Greek alphabet, alpha, beta, gamma, and so on.
Well, that explains theta. Didn't you say theta?
Yes. But theta was called the letter of death of the ancient Greeks.
Oh, that's right. It was the first letter in the word thanatos. Death. Yes. Theta without death.
Maybe I was too sentimental.
Maybe. At least human for once.
Let's not argue. There goes the ray. Now, quickly. The solution. Injected? No, pump it. I built this pump especially for it. There's the pump switch, Ed.
Here?
Yeah. Turn it on. And watch the ammeter.
Okay. It's jumping.
How far?
155.
Let it go.
160. 170.
Hold it there. It'll stay there now. Listen carefully.
Yes.
As soon as I turn off the pump, I want stigma readings.
But there won't be any blood pressure.
Wait and see. Give me a reading each time I ask for it and take them carefully. Ready?
It's fantastic. I'm ready.
Okay. Reading.
Systolic 0. Diastolic 0.
That's all right. It'll take a few seconds. Now.
40.
Diastolic. Hurry.
0.
Aortic valve still open. I'll turn off the ray. Reading.
48. Over 42.
David, not yet. Now the stopwatch. 7 seconds after I say go, I want this to stop. Got it? Right. Ready. Now. Go.
Majesty. Go. Look at my hand. I wonder if you'll start in just a few more minutes. All right, then. At the ray again. You'll know the answer.
Ominous music.
The second act of Lights Out, starring Boris Karloff, will follow in just a moment. But now, listen to the sweetest shaving song ever written. Push-pull, click-click. Change his blades that quick. Push-pull, click-click. With the Eversharp Chick Injector Razor, yes, it clicks for men everywhere. Because the Eversharp Chick Injector Razor is the world's one and only razor with the automatic blade changing. No blades to unwrap. Fingers never touch the blade. Just push-pull, click-click. And the keen new blade is automatically locked in correct shaving position instantly. It clicks because the Eversharp Chick Injector Razor makes shaving 50% faster, 100% safer, 200% smoother. Just try the Eversharp Chick Injector Razor for 1 week. See for yourself the difference. It's a $1.75 value. Special now, only $1.25, complete with 20 blades. For the shave of your life, the rest of your life, switch to an Eversharp Chick Injector Razor. Get yours tomorrow. Push-pull, click-click. Buy an Eversharp Chick.
How long do you use the ray this time, David?
Not long. Give me a reading.
68. Over 67 now. 70.
Diastolic.
68.
Now.
David, 118. 76.
Now.
120. That's it. Ready. The stethoscope. Quick.
Listen.
Still asleep?
Yes, almost a coma.
She's all right otherwise.
As far as I can tell, the respiration's normal, pulse just a tiny bit fast, and reflexes slow, but apparently all right.
David, I feel I must apologize to you.
Apologize? Why?
Well, for doubting you, I suppose.
You've learned to believe me.
I'm very calm in the face of all this. You realize that you performed a miracle?
Miracle? I brought my wife back to me, as I promised her.
It's an unholy thing, but
We've conquered death. Is that unholy?
we have conquered death.
Thank God for it. She'll only wait now.
How long has she been asleep?
Let me see. 11 hours.
Hasn't spoken at all?
Not since that first scream. But she fell asleep.
Have you given her anything?
Just a few drops of brandy.
Have you tried to wake her?
No, but I think I'll try now.
Look, wait a minute before you do.
Why?
Well, I hate to keep harping on this business about the soul, David. I realize this is no place for a philosophic discussion, but I can't help wondering why Ruth screamed when she first came back to life.
I think there's a logical explanation. After all, it must have been a physical shock.
It's true. It must also be true that there was a great mental shock involved. I think that's why she screamed, and I'm wondering whether there's been a permanent effect on her mind. Always after anything of it, her soul.
Something bodily trouble. I've never seen any sign of permanent damage in my other experiments.
Don't forget that Ruth was a human being.
There's only one way to find out. I'm going to wake her.
You're not afraid?
Afraid? Of what? Ruth. Ruth. Ruth, dear. It's David speaking. Wake up, dearest. Ruth. Ruth. No wonder it's scared of poor girl. Ruth, it's David, dear. I kept my promise and you're alive again. Oh, you're all right, honey. It's David. You're... Ruth. Ah, there's a man. No, David. My soul.
David, you'd better go out for a little exercise now.
I'll stay here, Lieutenant.
I'll stay while you go out and walk around a bit. You've been there with us since 8 o'clock last night without any letter. Go on, I'll stay.
Ed.
I know, old boy. I'd give anything myself if we could undo what we've done, but...
Ed, what can I do?
Well, there may be something. Let's try an experiment when she wakes up.
What kind of an experiment?
Well, let's see if we can talk to her and get her to say anything. If we can get a flicker of intelligence, maybe we can teach her. Build up from a small fragment.
Maybe it might work. I'm going to wake her up and try.
But not now. Why don't you take a walk? Relax a little. And get something to eat later.
Eat, I can't eat. I'm going to wake her. Ruth. Ruth.
David.
Why not let her sleep? She's waking up now.
The brain would not be viable after 15 minutes of death.
Are you waking up? Poor child. There, she repeats after me. A little. Maybe it will work, Ed. Ruth. David. It works.
Seems to. Ruth, say I want a glass of water.
Me too.
I want a glass of water.
It's too long for that. Ruth. Say, Ruth loves David. Ruth loves David. Ruth loves David. What's the name?
Maybe. But what is she thinking?
I don't know.
Stop me! Wait a minute, old man. You must be as tired as you are. Go on, I'll take a little walk and I'll work with it for a while. Your nerves won't take much of this.
Stop. It's all right, sweetheart. Take me home. I'll be right there.
Fine. I'll take good care of her and see what I can find out.
Be patient.
Don't worry. And you get something to eat while you're out.
All right.
God, this is really rough. Kidding ourselves, there's nothing there. She's a parrot. Never mind, Ruth. Ruth, put on a belt. Don't hurt yourself. Ruth, stay away. Don't put it down. Think of David.
God's sake, what happened? I'll get something and fix you right up.
No use.
Now, look.
Doctor. All right.
Oh, Ed. All right, Doctor. Your diagnosis is correct.
Murder to me. Who's hiding? Soul. She'll kill you.
What have I done, Ed? Everything I've done is wrong.
Wonderful technique. Doctor.
The Bible says that all creatures have a soul. Just so you know.
What about soul?
Ed? Ruth.
It would be her spirit.
What if she gets out? A scalpel in her hands. There's been enough done. Ruth! Ruth!
he in the lab?
No. No, there's nothing new. Just an experiment. No. Like so many experiments, it just didn't work out. Eversharp Chick has just presented Boris Karloff in the first of the new series of mystery and terror stories, Lights Out. In just a moment, we'll tell you about next week's story. But first, no matter what kind of razor you use now, here's a challenge. There's a better, easier, faster way to shave. Eversharp Chick Injector Razor has banished forever 90% of the nuisance that makes shaving such a chore. Ends nuisance number 1, no time wasted. Eversharp Chick Injector Razor has been proved at least 50% faster. Ends nuisance number 2, it's safer. Patented guard bar prevents skin irritation, even under nose. Eversharp Chick shaves clean and smooth without skin irritation. Ends nuisance number 3, nothing to take apart or put together. World's easiest razor to clean. Just rinse, shake, put away. Ends nuisance number 4, no blades to unwrap. Fingers never touch the blade. Just push-pull, click-click. Because Eversharp Chick's the world's one and only razor with the automatic blade changer that locks a keen new blade, the world's sharpest blade, in correct shaving position instantly. Yes, it's 50% faster, 100% safer, 200% smoother. So for the world's quickest, easiest, cleanest shave, change to Eversharp Chick Injector Razor. It's $1.75 value, but special now for only $1.25, complete with 20 blades. Buy yours tomorrow. Next week, Lights Out will bring you a story about the undead, the vampires who are doomed to wander alone through all eternity, seeking the blood of innocent ones. Be sure to listen next Wednesday night at the same time. Lights Out is produced and directed by Bill Lawrence. The script is by Paul Pierce and Willis Cooper. This is Ken Niles speaking for Eversharp, manufacturers of Eversharp Chick Injector razors and blades, and famous Eversharp precision writing instruments. For birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, and business gifts, remember the best gift of all is an Eversharp CA pen. Buy yours tomorrow during the sensational Eversharp CA pen sale. Buy now and save as much as 60%. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Adam Riley, unsubscribed. Okay. You were probably never subscribed to begin with. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was Lights Out, Death Robbery with the legendary Boris Karloff. Do we have any opinions? Christopher, what a weird thing to tell someone, that you unsubscribed. No, it's something trolls say a lot. Man, look, one of the things you learn the hard way in YouTube is you cannot please everyone. There will be people who unsubscribe because they don't like your opinion, they don't like your appearance, they thought you were someone else. You're holding a fur ball. And I mean, you know, yes, furball, clean your minge. You know, life is not an easy thing. And the interesting thing about this episode is it's probably reasonably accurate, except for the basic fact that, you know, the law does not require that you embalm And however this guy's wife died, which is not disclosed in the episode, he would almost certainly have had access to the body, unless she died in a car accident or something. She most likely died at home. Again, it's never disclosed how she died. So probably a more reasonable way would be for him to have gone out to the store or something, or gone out with his doctor friend, and then returned to find her dead, and then worked on her. But once somebody's been involved, been embalmed, they are dead. Okay, there is no bringing them back from that point. Any good cryogenesis will tell you that. And I mean, there is something of an embalming method for cryogenesis, where you pump preservant into the body that is supposed to be non-damaging to the cells and assists you with long-term, what is it? Storage. I happen to know a bit about cryogenics, so, but yeah, the embalming fluid would make any tissue non-viable. Kitty's going, nom, 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 you taste like human. So, yeah, I mean, look, we as human beings, we're the best, so far as we're aware, at dealing with irrational concepts like death. Death is complicated. One minute you're alive, the next you're not, and it's an irreparable change. And, I can tell you, I once had a neighbor of mine kill one of my animals. And I found the body. His head had been crushed in a vice. And there was maybe a week afterwards where I thought I saw his ghost. Christopher, I think what happens after death is more complicated. Well, the thing about that, Chris, is that as a psychologist, I can't tell you what happens after death. I can only tell you what happens to the people who survive. And it's actually really common for the elderly to see their dead friends shortly after their death. It's one of those things, we get these reports like somebody gets a phone call from a loved one after they died. Well, did you really get that phone call after they died, or are you just remembering it wrong? We don't know. And that's kind of the thing about this strange world of ours, is that we have trouble dealing with death, as intelligent as we are. Ardmore, who gave birth to that baby kitty? Eva. This is, so far as I'm aware, this is Eva's kitten. Eva had a litter. I've uncovered at least 3 fatalities. I don't know how many the litter was. But she apparently assumed this one would live, separated it from its litter mates, and then nursed it somewhere in secret. One day, as I was leaving for work, this cat was just randomly sitting outside my door as I was leaving, and I don't know. It's like Eva gets out, so it's possible. But I picked this kitten up, and put her inside and Eva went inside after her. And Eva's been nursing her ever since. So we're reasonably sure that this is Eva's. Although, Wolf often is very nurturing to this animal. Rose McSweeney, hi. What's her name? Her name is Peaches. Due to the coloration, I wanted to name her Julius after Orange Julius, but I figure that's too much of a dude name for this little booger here. Matt DeBeer, I am just hi. What am I watching? You're watching a morbidly obese man and a kitten trying to devour him. For those of you who are familiar with me, you'll know that I have had an operation on my right thumb, and it is not properly healed. In fact, I had a secondary infection about a week ago, and there was pus coming out of it. And now this little booger's nipping at it. Name I Vane Production. Everyone should leave a like. Rick Neal is a legend. Please don't call me Rick. I hate that. Rose McSweeney. I have a cat too. Her name is Callie. She's a calico. Well. Ah. Why do you think I am so tasty, Peaches? Wouldn't it be funny if somebody had like an alligator named Peaches? Christopher, I've only been following him for a couple weeks, but you're an interesting person. Well, that's one way of... Yeah, interesting. You could say that. I'm interesting. I don't know how there are 76 people who are watching this actually entertained by what's going on. Matt DeBeer, your cat is making my parrot go nuts. Lol. Rose McSweeney, we have a bunch of cats around here. Artmore, does Mr. Fabulous come out on VIF channel too? Lol. Mr. Fabulous is always there, always watching. Matt DeBeer, good kitty. Not really, she's trying to eat me. Christopher, I like your insights on things. I have 6 channels, and I'm trying to find a way of differentiating this live stream from theirs. And I mean, it's obvious, like with my workout, my fitness channel, I'm going to live stream me working out or live stream me eating salad or some crap like that. But, it's like Random Street Theater is my original channel. It's changed names over the years, but it is my original channel, so I don't know what to do with this. Matt DeBeer, it's actually birds, nothing else. Semulsi, I'm right outside. Matt DeBeer, do you think hell is real? Do I think my sister's house is real? Yes, I think my sister's house is very real. Do understand, Matt, that the definition of hell has changed across cultures. Like, the ancient Greeks viewed hell as a place you got what it was you deserved from your life, and that a living person could go to hell, find a dead person, and retrieve them and bring them back. Rose McSweeney, at my other house, I have 2 dogs named Dora and Peanut. I also do YouTube shorts, but I don't know how to do YouTube videos or lives. Typically speaking, I just grabbed my cell phone one day and went onto YouTube, and there's a little plus sign at the bottom, and you press that plus sign, and it will, give you a list of things that you can produce, and you just click on live. Matt DeBeer, LOL. Oh, are you tuckled down, sweetheart? Sleepy little booger. Ugh. Okay, we're back down to 68 by my computer. Again, guys, I do have another live on Richard Leland Neal. I will be doing that shortly. I generally do that around 1 a.m. because one of my fans there says that it helps him sleep to hear my voice. So, you may consider this intermission, and then you may all come see me over at Richard Leland Neal in a few minutes. I'm Richard.